Hi, I'm Jeremy, and I'm your host of Tell Me Wine TV, where we try to answer your questions about wine right here on the internet. And today's question was sent in from Man-Laï from Chelsea, who asks about organic and natural wines. And we've talked about this in the past, and you know we're coming up on our 100th show. Can you believe that? 100th show, and it's a lot of questions to answer. And so we're obviously going to have some repeat questions. But what it does force me to do is to go back and learn a little bit more about the best answer. And a lot of people talk about natural and organic wines because they believe that they're better for you or better for the environment, which I can certainly say organically grown grapes are better for the environment. You know, FDA labeling makes all this very difficult for the winemaker, I think. But I was in a vegan restaurant yesterday, and somebody started asking about natural and organic wines, and because they were in this vegan, kosher, vegetarian restaurant, and of course they're thinking I have to have something, a healthier version of wine. And when you talk about organic, it really means it's about the grapes. It's not about what happens after the grapes are picked necessarily. It's that the grapes were grown under organic conditions, meaning everything they use, which could technically even be a pesticide, as long as it's natural or naturally occurring in the earth, you know, it's organic. It's when you introduce a man-made synthetic chemical, a pesticide, like if I sprayed my grapes with Raid to keep the bugs off of them, they would not be organic. And of course organic has everything to do with preserving the soil and the runoff and the conditions of the soil where the grapes are grown. But in the end, winemaking uses a lot of things that, like sulfites, which occurred naturally also in wine, to create wine. And so when you talk about organic wines, it's not as pure as one might think. It has much to do with the grape growing process and not the winemaking process, and you just have to be careful, because again, organic does not necessarily really mean organic. And frankly, I was surprised to find out how unorganic organic wines are. Now, there are something called natural wines, and you will find these here and there, but not too often. And these are just highly perishable wines, not unlike cider or sake. They've got a very limited shelf life. They have naturally occurring sulfites in them, but any preservatives are not going to be existent in them, and they are going to sour quickly. So you try them. I would recommend you go out and try natural wines as well. But again, organic is kind of this, you know, trend. Whether it's not necessarily in wine, but I think in food and food consumption. And yes, organic is better for the environment. But is the grape better for you, or the banana, or the cauliflower? Nutritionally speaking, probably not. But it's a choice. It's a choice. It's a lifestyle choice. But again, people think sulfites give them headaches, or preservatives gives them headaches, and wine, etc. And they're all, you know, made virtually the same way. So just be careful. You know, read the label carefully. Do your research. If you really want some kind of a pure, natural wine experience, you can find it. But I can't guarantee you're going to like it. So that was a good question, Man-Laï. Thanks for having us readdress natural and organic wines. And keep sending your questions into Tell Me Wine TV.